because I think we can all agree the experts are expertly good at not making this experiment work. Hey, it's Teeks. Welcome to Totally Random and Unrelated. I've decided to start making videos, so this is one of the first videos, and oh boy, I've just watched so much MAFS to post a bunch of MAFS videos, because I was like, I really enjoy MAFS, I enjoy reality TV, so why not do that? But now I've realised that doing that is actually like, I'm going to have to watch so much MAFS, not just once, but like twice. This is a whole different thing. So, first and foremost, the biggest question that I have about MAFS, before I even get into any of the recaps and the fun stuff, is how is MAFS a social experiment? Like, in what way is this an experiment? Because I feel like an experiment you have to have like a hypothesis or something like that, and they yet haven't given us any kind of hypothesis. So I had a quick look online and I was just like, let's just like Google this and be super basic about it. So experiment, it's a scientific procedure undertaken to make a discovery, test a hypothesis, or demonstrate a known fact. People also ask, what is the definition of an experiment in science? A test under controlled conditions that is made to demonstrate a known truth, examine the validity of a hypothesis, or determine the efficacy of something previously untried. Or the process of conducting such a test is experimentation. So
we've never actually seen this before.
I just feel like there hasn't been a hypothesis, and if we have a look at the start, they talk about the experiment a lot, but we don't really get a hypothesis.
Marrying a complete stranger to find love is the social experiment that's become a national phenomenon.
So, essentially all we're getting from this is that it's an experiment that's become a phenomenon. But is it really an experiment? Like, truly? I don't know. Let's just keep going.
This year, we received over 15,000 applications from singles across the country who have exhausted conventional dating routes but continue to dream of finding the one.
You've got to dream big, I guess. And then we go on to John explaining how they assess this. So let's just like jump into that.
So we assess applicants on the basis of personality.
I am quite loud and opinionated when I need to be.
Value systems.
Openness. In a relationship, you can't have any secrets.
And chemistry.
With the pheromone test, you're detecting the man's immune system to produce healthy babies.
That sounds good. To find a match who we believe they could spend the rest of their life with.
Okay, so to find a match who we believe they could spend the rest of their life with. So maybe it's the hypothesis that we can match these couples and they will get married and then they'll spend the rest of their lives together. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at some numbers, because I feel like through this whole thing they haven't really shown us like any numbers. And I want to give a few disclaimers right here. So I'm not a scientist or a statistician at all. I suck at maths. I suck at Excel and I suck at making graphs. I've been told in the past that I don't understand how graphs work and that I use the wrong ones, which is probably true. Like I said, not my forte. I did study psych neuroscience briefly and I failed miserably. I instead watched like all of Laguna Beach in the Hills rather than like do my work, and so obviously I didn't make it through. But I feel like I'm now an expert in the realm of reality TV. So I've made a few little like charts here, just to have a look at like, has this experiment been at all successful yet? And so far what we have here is just, I think this is probably the only chart that we needed, but currently together, what do we have here? 6.3% and separated 93.8%. So, which makes me think that for this season, really we're not going to have more than one couple maybe stay together. We've had 6 seasons so far, we're on to season 7, and those 6 seasons we've had 3 couples stay together. So the chances like aren't great. So the couples who remain together in order of their season are: season 1, we have Claire, Tomas and Lachlan Macalia. Season 2, Erin Bateman and Bryce Moore. And Season 6, Jules Robinson and Cameron Merchant. So I realised after I did this video that I was incorrect about the couples that are actually still together. So we have 3 couples that are still married, which I've already listed, but the additional couple that is also adding to, I guess, the stats. Michael and Martha from last season, they're currently together, but they're not married. So anyway, I also made some more charts and graphs. This is just a general overview of who separated, stayed together, and said yes, no, or broke up before the final vows ceremony. And I feel like there's nothing to learn here, but I just wanted to make a graph. So, I mean, the main thing we can see is that the number of couples has greatly increased. You know, separation rate is high. I don't know why John Aiken believes that these couples will stay together, because the numbers John Aiken don't prove that. And I know as a fact, actually, wait, no. Maybe for Trish, because she's studied like neuro something, but for the other two, maybe not. When you do neuroscience, because it's neuroscience, you have to like learn how to conduct experiments, and you have to learn statistics so that you can make graphs. Obviously, I failed at that because I suck at making graphs, except for in maybe this instance I didn't, who knows. But yeah, I don't know, if John is all up on that, which maybe he's not, then, you know, maybe they should have some graphs. Maybe I should send these to the experts. Another one, because now we're here, we're down this rabbit hole, so I just graphed everything that I could find on Wiki, and now you have to go through this with me. Professions, there's nothing really here that's that exciting, except that, you know, most people appear to be in, what is it? Business, sales, and banking. I put that, I know banking's not part of business and sales, but it kind of is in a sense. It's a sale and it's a business. And also tradies. There's a bunch of tradies. When you look at the professions and the age stuff, you have to think about, when you do an experiment, the sample that you're taking. Their sample is missing. Pilots, doctors, barbers. We did get a barber in season 7. I don't know why I included barbers on this list, but there are so many in Melbourne, I'm shocked that there wasn't one before now. Landscape gardeners, there's no landscape gardeners. Lawyers, we do, well, Inez was a legal assistant, and now this Stacey in the new season, she's like going to become a lawyer. And scientists, which we now have Connie, so that's good. Connie really seems to believe in the science behind this. I also did locations, really mostly so I could just throw in this cute little graphic, which really just shows us that most people come from New South Wales for MAFS. And then we have a nice little breakdown in this pie chart, which again really just shows us that most people on MAFS come from New South Wales. The interesting thing I found about this was this one that I've made, but it just shows you pretty much like season by season, the spread of people from different states. Not represented at all in any MAFS season, obviously in Australia, duh, is Northern Territory, Tasmania, and ACT. I'm kind of not shocked by that, but also slightly I am. How has no one from Darwin applied for this? I'm not shocked no one from the ACT has applied for this. And Tassie, I mean, age? We're kind of missing a lot of 20 to 25. I'd say whatever. And yeah, so that's my charts and graphs. That's what I wasted an entire day of my life doing, taking data from Wiki and doing that. And then I realized, like, I did this before all of the couples got announced in season 7, and now they've all been announced. And I could go back and I could, like, redo some of this graph stuff, but I just honestly can't be bothered. I kind of redid 1 or 2, so I don't know. I might link below and make something to give you them, if you would like them. I also just want to take a moment to try and understand the experts, because I think we can all agree the experts are expertly good at not making this experiment work. A lot of what they say, they come in and say it, and I'm just like, ugh, really? John Aiken, let's just quickly take a look at him, I suppose. He's completed his clinical psychology degree and graduated in 1995 with BA Hons First Class MA Dip Clin Psych. So I assume that means a Bachelor of Honours? First Class? Masters? Diploma? Clinical Psychology? I know nothing about this stuff. God, I'm stupid. Yeah, he runs a 3-day course, couple retreat, not a course, it's a couple retreat at the Intercontinental Double Bay in Sydney. So if you've got 15 grand that you just feel like giving to John Aiken to fix your relationship, you too could pretty much be like one of these MAFS people, which means you'll probably get separated, but you'll be $15,000 poorer. Yeah, I see no benefit. I see absolutely no benefit. He's released books, he has a website. John Aiken's website was It wasn't good. I would rank him out of the three of them. He got second for the website, because it was okay. And I mean, when I say second, I mean all three of them don't have good websites. So Dr. Tricia Stratford, she's actually, I would like to call out the most qualified person there. She is a neuropsychotherapist. She is a doctor. Is John Aiken a doctor? No, he doesn't have a PhD. He's not a doctor. She is Reg Clinical Neuropsychotherapist, IACN, Reg Psychotherapist, PBANZ, PBANZ. Registered, not just Reg, but Registered Clinical Supervisor, PACFA, PhD, Neuroscience, M, Psychotherapy, M, Counseling. And her website is by far the worst. It's so bad. I'm pretty sure it's not even responsive. I didn't check it on my mobile and I don't care to. She's using her postdoctoral research in the neuroscience of intuition. Despite the extensive experience of experts on Married at First Sight, this is from her website. She says, "We're not fortune tellers. We test scientific theories to establish whether our singles are a good match, and then it's up to them to go into the process and trust the professionals. Those who commit to the process wholeheartedly have the most success in the experiment." They repeat this heaps through it, and then when people fail, they're like, "Mom, I don't think that you wholeheartedly put your all into this experiment," and really put it back on the people, which I think is a bit of a shitty move. Most interesting thing that I found about Tricia is that she has experience in hostage negotiation. And she's worked as a communications and training consultant to corporations in Africa, Europe, the Middle East, New Zealand, and the Pacific. Which probably is just Australia. So then we have Melanie Schilling. Her website, she's getting #1 because it's better than John Aiken's. Still, it's not good, but overall it's better than John Aiken's. She's got the most copy, yet I have the least to say about her. I can't find any qualifications for her, so I'm still curious as to whether or not she's actually a qualified psychologist, or if she's a qualified therapist or counselor. She's a specialist in human behavior and performance. She's a thought leader in confidence and courage. Appears to have the most info online, but the least amount of anything useful. Melanie, to me, seems like she's a real, I don't want to say she's a charlatan. They kind of all feel like charlatans, really. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about in this first video. So thanks for watching. If you liked this video, you should totally subscribe and obviously hit the little bell so that you get notifications. I am going to cover the entire season of MAFS. I'm not going to cover it every day because it's too much for me to do. I'll probably do one video a week, but you're going to get a bonus bunch of videos at the start here because I'm crazy and I decided to make way too many videos about this. I'm wondering where my life will go over the next 10 weeks. I'm concerned for my sanity, but I'm excited too because holy crap, these dinner parties look like they're gonna be awesome. So yeah, cool, subscribe. There'll be another video out super shortly, and then also there will be other content on this channel. This channel is not just about recapping MAFS, thank God. There will be other stuff, and I will also post that between some of this MAFS stuff. So cool, have a good day.